topic that comes up a lot, Garen,
Hmm.
and it seems as email marketers, we always get thrust into facilitating these types of things.
Yes.
Which, it makes sense.
Hey.
We're stewards of the data, right? And email is a channel that covers purchases and retention.
Yeah, we seem to be the hub in the hub and spoke model.
Big piece of retention, loyalty.
Mm.
Loyalty programs. There's a bit of nuance here because loyalty programs, there's the email component and sort of the strategic component, but then there is a program build component, which I'm happy to jump into. But what factors make a good loyalty program?
I really like this question. It seems like anywhere you go, somebody has a loyalty program, whether it's gas or sandwiches or athletic shoes or even shoelaces. And I do like that. I think done right, a loyalty program can bring additional, and sometimes even exponential value to the client-brand relationship. The caveat being, as I said, if it's done right.
Yeah.
The missing element I see in a lot of loyalty programs is the activation of the loyalty program or the activation of whatever currency your loyalty program uses, whether it's points or dollars or Schrute bucks or whatever it is that your loyalty program is using. Without the activation, it's all just so much funny money. It's monopoly dollars that aren't really real until somebody applies them in a practical type of way, right? So email, in my mind, and sometimes SMS certainly, can be really powerful tools for activating the otherwise latent or what remains potential value of the loyalty program. Reminding folks that it's there, reminding folks of the availability and the utility of the currency is a really great place to start. Let them know where they are in their loyalty program. In fact, especially when we're talking about folks who've recently signed up or maybe have never made a purchase, giving them some pre-purchase opportunities to start gaining and building loyalty points is a really great way to A, push them to that initial purchase, and then B, keep them active and looking at subsequent purchases afterward. Email, hands down, the best vehicle to do that. If they've signed up for email, or if they haven't signed up for email, actually that's great. Let's back up. Sign up for email now. What a great way to preserve margin. You don't have to give a discount percentage off. Get 20 loyalty points just for signing up for email.
Yeah.
And then obviously taking them one step further, if you do offer additional channels, giving them maybe some additional loyalty points for signing up for SMS. Give them points for actually creating an account or building a user profile, or maybe even adding some things to their wish list. But that's a really great way to give people some of that initial value currency to push them towards that initial purchase. After that initial purchase, it's not always about ways that you can earn additional points, although we'll certainly get into that, or earn additional, Schrute bucks, but help your customer spend their accumulated loyalty currency. Make suggestions. Hey, and this is a great opportunity to combine loyalty with some of the other journey programs that we've talked about. What a great way to give more motivation on an abandoned cart than to say, hey, this thing that was $35 you left behind, apply your available loyalty points, and it's only $15, right? Yeah. Who wouldn't just immediately sort of run to that if you were reminded you had these points to spend, and that you could have that thing you want for a lot less than you had otherwise anticipated spending?
I mean, Domino's does this really well.
They do it too well. I eat too much damn Domino's, and it's not even...
Because anyway. I get the emails going, hey, you have points for free pizza. Get your free pizza tonight. And I'm like, well...
I didn't even want pizza tonight, but...
I got to feed my family tonight. Maybe I'll do Domino's instead, right? So it's not just, to your point, it's the utility. It's the benefit of it. Like, hey, you get these benefits now. Or you're almost... I mean... You can go the other route, which is, we want you to buy more because then you can get that free sandwich.
Absolutely.
And then you go, ooh, who doesn't love punch cards, right? That was the original loyalty program, was punch cards, right?
As long as you remember to carry it with
you. Yeah. That's why you have an app these days,
right?
That's why I
have a wallet.
That's why we have a wallet. That's why we have apps. But there's the setup component. There's loyalty and referral are not necessarily the same thing.
Not at all.
So I think we can conflate those a bit of, we have a referral program, so that means we have a loyalty program. It's like,
no,
I mean, you can make referral part of a loyalty program,
100%,
get
and you
points
should.
or value or whatever it might be, but referral is its own beast. And so there's the technical components of having to build that there are providers out there that can help with that. But yeah, I think it goes, at the end of the day, it comes down to the value and utility of it. Don't just launch a loyalty program because you think you should. Because every one of us has 15 grocery store rewards cards or shoppers cards or whatever, because, oh, we might get those points, or hey, we did that to get $1 off that case of soda or whatever it might be. But nobody cares.
You're right. And those folks typically are the folks who build the loyalty program and just sort of set it out there and let you figure out what the actual value of it is. No. Brands have a responsibility of pushing that value forward, making it not only visible, but more importantly, actionable. And you can do this in every type of email you send, whether it's some of the journeys we talked about, hey, recover this item for your cart, or actually complete this purchase, and it's either this many dollars off because we're applying your loyalty points, or earn this many loyalty points by completing the purchase. It could be even in your promotional messages that you're sending out, your typical product promotions, whether you're rolling out a new product or trying to push a certain amount of remaining inventory. Show the actual point value of the transaction as well. That also builds value beyond just the product itself. Not only am I spending money and getting this product, but I'm also perhaps advancing myself in the loyalty program. That's another thing we should talk about, are things like tiers or levels that often exist within loyalty as well. It's not just about earning points for the sake of banking points, but let's all agree there's a huge aspect of gamification in loyalty, right? That's a big
100%.
reason most of us participate.
100%.
Well, let's lean into that. Let's really think about how we can put that into use. So it might be, you're this many points away from reaching gold level. Here are some items to get you there, based maybe on past purchases or even past browse history, for example.
Airlines.
Ah,
I mean, obviously the loyalty programs, the mileage programs are changing all the time, but how many years did you've told me this, how many years did you take a flight from Seattle to Portland so you could make status for the following year?
That's right. December 28th, 29th rolls around. I see I'm just maybe 1,000 or 2,000 miles away from maintaining my gold or my diamond status. That is me driving an hour to the airport, getting on a flight, going from Seattle to Portland with no other purpose than to stand there for 15 minutes waiting for my return flight back, just so I can earn the points and just so I can maintain my level. And you know what? It's been worth it every single time. And half the time, they're making that suggestion to me. You're one flight away from maintaining diamond for the next year.
There's that value.
I might not have thought of it because it might seem ridiculous, but you also need to think about how much goes into having to have earned that tier in the first place this year. You don't want to just lose it. So this small little thing will get you over the edge.
Building up that perceived value, those tiers, like you get benefits at this tier. Here's why you should want to get there. And that is a perfect example of why you should be proactively communicating those benefits and proactively communicating those tiers and proactively communicating why you should either make a purchase or use the points you have.
Agreed. I think the last thing that can make a loyalty program really valuable and really compel people to want to participate in it are exclusives, right? So join our loyalty program, get early notice of sales, get early notice of product releases, be the first when popular items come back in stock. Those types of things work really, really well. Exclusivity is one of those emotions on sort of the wheel of emotional motivation that is so incredibly strong, right? Reward is one of them, fear is another one. Exclusivity is a big one. And you see this a lot in credit card offers. You're one of only 2,000 people that we've selected to receive this offer or for a credit line type of increase. And that's because they know that exclusivity works, right? So build some of that availability or accessibility to exclusivity into your loyalty program, and you'll just increase your participation that much more. So let's summarize what makes up a good loyalty program or how to activate that within email. First off, think about opportunities to allow your customers to earn loyalty points ahead of the actual purchase, ahead of the transaction. You're really sort of lubricating the runway there and moving them towards that first transaction that much easier if you're giving them some stake in it from that first point of engagement. Second, don't just leave points as something that exists in the status of your app, for example, or within your member profile. Bring those things forward. Let folks know where they are in their tiers, how to get to the next one, and make important or meaningful recommendations on specifically what they should buy to get there. Help your customers use their points as well by, same thing, making suggestions on how to actually spend this somewhat phony currency on the things that people already know that they want or have purchased in the past. And then lastly, offer some level of exclusivity to make people feel as though they belong to something. That sense of community you talked about a little bit earlier is something that's very strong, and it can mean a lot of different things and take a lot of different shapes, but making people feel as though they're part of this club is a really great way to keep folks loyal and active with a brand.